Okay, are we rolling? Yeah, we're rolling. What's up, everybody? Punchingbagskunk.com here this evening. How you doing, everybody? Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm gonna try to keep this video. I try every time. To get this video to 15 minutes. Yeah, it's hard for me because we got a lot to cover tonight. You know what I mean? Look, tonight I wanted to make this a fun video. I just wanted a nice, fun video. Talk about some light stuff. You know, get a couple laughs. You know, a feel-good video. But unfortunately, we don't live in a feel-good world. So there's issues and stuff that has to be faced head on. And of course, you know, I'm not afraid to tackle any issues. If you know me, you know that. Let me get to some of this other stuff out of the way. Punchbackskunk.com, the best on boxing. Listen, if you enjoy the content, go to the YouTube channel and hit that like button and subscribe, because when you subscribe, you get notifications for when I do new videos. Anyway, let me tell you where we're at, so you can find us. We're on all the social media platforms. We're on Twitter. We're on Reddit. We're on Tumblr. We're on Blogger. We're on Pinterest. We're on LinkedIn, Mix. We're on Mix, the new platform Mix. We're on Blogger. Like I said, Blogger tonight, and of course we're on YouTube and Facebook. Excuse me. Listen, when you go to the YouTube channel, all our brand is across all social media platforms. So we're Punchingbagskunk everywhere. There's slight variations on the name. So you might have you have the website. Obviously, it's punchingbagskunk.com. But the YouTube channel, and I have been getting people in the comments explaining that they're having a hard time finding it. The YouTube channel is Punchingbagskunk. Same, just without the .com. So you punch that in one word, because sometimes the I really can't say this word. Algorithms, the YouTube algorithms, you know what I'm trying to say. The YouTube algorithms, they sometimes split it up, so it'll come punch dash space punch dash space. The spaces it out. Punchingbagskunk. It says Punchingbagskunk. All right, you gotta have one word. Anyway, all right. Now we got that out of the way for the people that was coming in the comments saying we can't find the YouTube channel. It's all one word. Punchingbagskunk. So if you want to find the great videos on the Punchingbagskunk YouTube channel, which is awesome, by the way. A lot of classic fight videos you can check out. Some funny videos, some comedy on there. You know, you got all kinds on there, and you got some in-depth, really serious videos, kind of like what we're going to tackle tonight. Because, like I said, I was going to make a nice, fun video, but I was on the Facebook. Oh, by the way, the Facebook. I gotta backtrack. The Facebook group is the same brand, Punchingbagskunk. Just that's it. But it's Punchingbagskunk group. Anyway, I was on this Facebook group today, and I had did a post of a kind of serious. You know, boxing is like the most colorblind. I was always told by my trainer Phil. He had told me this a long time ago. He said, "You can see I'm ready tonight because I'm usually in my nice, comfortable, lazy boy right back of me. Now you see I'm in my office. I'm ready on the desk now. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do it. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? What was I gonna say? I forgot. The boxing is pretty much the most colorblind of sports. Okay, like you know, if you're a good boxer, you know, no one really looks at your skin color. You know, at least that's on the surface. You know what I mean? No one. Like, yo, if you're a badass, you're a badass. Like dudes like, yo, dude, that dude is good. And no one's really looking at it if you're white, you're black, Spanish. That stuff really don't come into boxing. But I noticed that it's two things that was a cancer. Now, I blame Floyd Mayweather. I don't care about all you Floyd Mayweather fans. Shut up. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. He brought that money junk into boxing, and now the kids is more about money instead of belt pride. And I got 3 videos on that, so don't even make me go on a rant on that nonsense. It's Floyd's fault. Let me say that again nice and clear for you. The reason why boxing is all about money now is Floyd Mayweather's fault. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. We'll get that later. We'll get that some other time. But there's two cancers in boxing now. It's that money thing. The kids don't even know how to do a proper jab, but they want to be on YouTube, being on Facebook, being media superstars. You got guys with 2 kids. Never mind guys, but kids with 3 fights on Facebook and acting like they done did something. They ain't fought a damn body. You know what I mean? Back in the day, 3 fights, that's sparring. You know what I mean? You couldn't even get in the garden without 25 fights. You know what I mean? You couldn't even get in the garden without 25 fights. You know what I mean? So now you got kids with 3 or 4 fights. Feeling entitled, like I want to fight for the 10,000 people. Kid, get out of here. Go do some sit-ups or do some push-ups. You don't even know how to throw a jab yet, you skinny chicken face. You know what I mean? It's like it aggravates me. So these days that money thing got people entitled. There's guys that fought for belts a long time ago that ain't got no money, but that belt was their pride. It's called belt pride. Marvin Hagler must throw friggin' rocks at his TV these days. I mean, watching these damn kids. But anyway, that's one cancer. One cancer I see it sneaking in, just sneaking into boxing. The money. Everything's about money. But there's another cancer that sneaks in, and this is a sly one, a little sneakier one, because it's hard to expose. You know what I mean? It's like when you talk about racism, people, and this is a boxing website and platform, but we're going to go a little bit to the left today, so just shut up and shut up. I don't want to hear all that. I thought this was about boxing, and just shut your mouth. This is part of boxing, because you know what I mean? Because people. Let me just read. I'm gonna read what I wrote, and then we'll go from there. How's that? All right. The main question that was asked was, is the reason, and this is a post that was not particularly directed at anyone. It was just a kind of a, what do you think? What do you think? Some questions are hard to hear, but it's not. You don't take it personal, because sometimes if you take it personal, you're telling on yourself. Because you know what I mean. If you're not a knucklehead, then I call you a knucklehead, and you go, I'm not no damn knucklehead. Then you're telling me, oh wait a minute, this guy might be a knucklehead. Because why are you getting so mad? But anyway, let me just read the thing. Is the reason Larry Holmes is not as popular or as liked as he should be because of what he said about Rocky Marciano? Basically, people remember when Larry was a little frustrated because this is video over there. It's okay. I'm trying to go fast as I can. I'm trying to keep it down to 15 minutes. Larry was they had just robbed him with Michael Spinks, and that's what they did. I don't even want to get into that debate. They robbed him. He beat him, and there's some people that feel that they robbed him because they didn't want him to break Rocky Marciano's record of 49-0. This is not me. This is what the general consensus was out there. This is what was out there. There was people saying, that's why they robbed him. They said he looked like he won the fight. You know what I mean? They say you got to take the belt from the champion. But anyway, so I guess after the fight he was pretty frustrated due to losing his championship belt. And he said a question was asked about Rocky Marciano and the record, of undefeated record, and Larry Holmes said Rocky Marciano couldn't hold my jock strap, and that infuriated a lot of people. You know what I mean? And the question I was asking was, is that the reason why? Look, Holmes is an all-time great heavyweight champion. Tons of defenses, just a great fighter. Hot, stamina, got up off the cameras, won so many times, he beat everybody out there. So this guy should be, without question, he should be considered in the top, 5 at least. I mean, he's my favorite fighter, so I put him at 2, obviously behind Ali. But most people put Larry around 5. He's definitely in the top 10 all time. But some people put him as high as, I put him as high as 2. I think he's the second best ever. but a lot of people put him in the top 5, and nobody ever put him out of the top 10. So he's one of the top 10 best heavyweight fighters ever to put on a pair of gloves. Just let that sink in for a second. And he's not as popular, and a lot of people say it's because it was not marketable. But there's a lot of fighters that wasn't marketable, but they're still popular. You know, everyone ain't Hector Camacho. So, you know what I mean? Some people not, and then some people use it. Now I don't want to be biased here, but a lot of people are saying the reason why he's not as popular is that people loved Ali and he beat Ali up. But everyone knows he knew Ali. He talked Ali more than you did. He knew Ali way more than you did. So what do you? All right. So he's on record saying the stories out there that he talked to Muhammad Ali, cried in the dressing room, and so he's remorseful and everything. But people say, oh, he beat up Ali, so that's why I don't like him. No, I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's the reason. All right, and I think the same thing comes down to that's why I brought it about Deontay Wilder. But anyway, let's just read the letter again. I get caught off and get my rambles, and I won't stick to the script. So let me read the letter, and then you guys let me know what you think. All right, or what he said about my salad. Is Deontay Wilder really the victim of gloating? I hear you, bro. I also think some of the excuses Deontay used were a little ridiculous, like firing Mark Breland while insinuating it was his fault. You know, when he fired Mark Breland, in emotional state. So he fights on emotion. I mean, go look at my other video where I say he fights on emotion. And sometimes that motivates guys to fight harder and better. And like me, you make me mad, I'll tear your head off. I couldn't fight someone my friend. But if I didn't like you, I'd fight to the death. I mean, literally, I'd headbutt you, I'd poke you out. I didn't give a damn. But anyway, like firing Mark Breland. All right. But I also believe that if Wilder was to call a press conference and get on the podium and say into the microphone, Tyson Fury beat me fair and square, I think, pros of course, a large percentage of Fury fans would find something else to bellyache about. Understand, I'm not saying all, but a lot. So is it really the desire to see a proud champion be humble? Is that what you really want? You just want to get up there and say, oh, you beat me. They want to be humble? Or is it a thinly veiled case of gloating on the man's misfortune? Is the extreme hate, and it is hate in some cases, you go to some of the boxing booths, it's actually hate that they're putting on this guy. Not I'm mad because he lost the fight. It's hate. It's hate. I know hate when I see hate. In some cases against Deontay Wilder, a simple case of... Okay. Is the extreme hate in some cases against Deontay Wilder a simple case of a certain demographic exulting in triumph? After decades of watching and hoping that one of their brothers would end the decades-long dominance of the most prestigious sports trophy in the history of combat sports, the heavyweight boxing championship of the world. Here's an old-time saying in boxing. Boxing is the most colorblind of sports. But is it truly? Is it truly colorblind? Because if it was truly colorblind, would the term Great White Hope even exist? If we're not saying color, then there would be no Great White Hope for years and years and years. And this is reality. And this is where the problem came in with the guy that came in the comments, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. Some people have been long suffering, but Tyson Fury released them to a joy that they never felt before. Now, pay attention, I say in the post. I'm talking about some people. I even say it 3 times. Some people. Because, people got a tendency to hear bad and misfight good. And they tell someone, hey, you're a great guy. You're a great guy. You're a great guy. You're a great guy. And then you say, man, you're a jackass one time. They're going to hear the jackass instead of hearing the fight big guy. It's just the nature of the beast. So I had to repeat it 3 times. I'm not talking about everything. I'm saying some people. For the boneheads that they're gonna come on the comments and just like, I didn't say everything else. I just say that. You're accusing me. Shut up. You know what I mean? If this post, and I put on the end and then close it. If this post irritates a person, maybe that person doesn't truly believe boxing is colorblind. And I put as a disclaimer, which I didn't have to do, but I didn't want to offend. Look, I'm a man that truly doesn't, I don't see color. I know people say it, but I truly don't care about color. If you're jackass should be jackass to me. I don't care if you're white, black, whatever. And there's plenty of black people that I think a jackass. I won't talk to them on nothing. You know, and there's plenty of white people that I think a jackass. I won't talk to them on nothing. So you know, with me, it's just who you are. You know what I mean? So I put a disclaimer at the end. Absolutely no offense to you, my friend. So I put plenty of pacifiers in the way, so I don't have to face jackasses in the comments. Unfortunately, some people, in my opinion, is that because I got a lot of my white friends that came through, great post, Greg, da. Some people that don't even know me that are Caucasian come through, yo, that was awesome text, awesome post. But then you got some people that come in and they say stuff like this. I'm gonna read it to you. And I'm not gonna put him out there, put his name on there, because that's not how I roll. I'm just gonna read the comment. Okay. I am a boxing fan. Color does not concern me. Lennox Lewis is my hero because of who he was and what he achieved, not color of his skin. When you regurgitate, this one got me upset. When you regurgitate expressions like the Great White Hope, that is a bad term used in a time long ago and would hope not be used any today. A little typo there. Just because I am white in my 40s, I didn't ask, but anyway, let me stop there. And I state I do not like the way Wilder behaved in defeat does not mean I am a racist. Now on the surface that sounds alright, like he's just saying, I'm white and I'm not mad at Wilder because this, he should just be a man about it, whatever. But I'm a little suspicious of people, and he's the only one that came on the timeline that said, I got a bunch of my white black friends. I like Lennox Lewis. I get a little suspicious. I'm sorry. I gotta say. I get a little suspicious when people say I got a black friend. My best friend is black. Because like I like to tell people in the boxing game. This is gonna be a little bit longer video. Like I like to tell people in the boxing game. If people come to me all the time, they probably say, "Hey, Ghetto Greg, you're washed up now. I'll knock you out." And you know what? I say, okay, fine, yeah, you got it. Because, see, when you say these things, because they'll come and say, I ain't scared of you because you're a boxer. And I try to explain to people, it's a cycle. If you go listen to my videos, I tell you, boxing is here. It's not here. All right? If you read into that, I'm not afraid of you because you're a boxer. You already told me you're afraid of me because somewhere in the recesses of your mind, you're impressed with it because it would never cross your mind. So with that same line of thinking, I say, if I'm suspicious, I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying that I'm a little suspicious when people, the first thing they say is, I got white friends, I grew up with black people. I got a black cousin. When you start talking like that, it just, my radar, bing, 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 it just goes up a little bit. Just the way I am, whatever, sue me. You don't like it? Too bad. You actually can whoop my butt. And I'm not taking no ass, I'm too old for that. But, so, I'm not saying this guy is racist, don't get me wrong. Hey, but he could just be a passionate fan of Furby, which most of them are, like Zombie. And I had to tell him go tell him to do some sit-ups, because come in the ring with that tie around your waist, it looks ridiculous, you know what I mean? Do some sit-ups. All right, but anyway, I'm not saying this guy's racist. I'm just saying I'm suspicious of it. So, and when he said I regurgitate, listen, if you say you regurgitate expressions like the Great White Hope, look, this is the reality. So I made a comparison, and I might have been a little bit overboard with it, but why is it you could say I can't say that Great White Hope because it's evidently it's offensive to some people, but getting hung by the neck till you die is offensive to a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? So what? So if I bring that up, you're gonna tell me I'm regurgitating pain? You know what I mean? So we didn't get to the point where I had to rip him. Or he had to rip me because, we're online. It ain't like you're in front of me. Guys talk to me like they can whoop my ass all the time online. You know what I mean? Because you're on a keyboard. That's why I put the video up keyboard warrior, because you can say what you want, do what you want when you're online, but you ain't saying that stuff to people to their face. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this, man. You know, we get out of boxing. I don't care where you go. Racist, jackass, get out of boxing. You know what I mean? You don't destroy the sport that I love. You know what I mean? Boxing saved me, man. You know what I mean? Like gave me identity. Boxing did everything for me. You know what I mean? I'm who I am today because of boxing. And look, I was a jackass. I didn't like. Everyone that know me know I ain't never trained. Last time I was in, I turned pro and everything. Went to national tournaments and everything. But I ain't never been in shit since I got back from Knoxville, Tennessee, National Golden Gloves '87. I turned pro for all. After that, when I got back, I ain't never been in shape again. But I had plenty of fights. I fought on natural talent. I'm naturally talented. That's why I tell the kids now, get your ass in shape. You want to be a fighter, get in shape. I don't want to hear about punches. I don't want to hear. Do some knee bends. Do some knee bends. You know what I mean? Do some damn knee bends. Do some arm there. Hey, yeah, build your shoulders up. You know what I mean? Get your mind right. You know what I mean? Get your mind right. Boxing is a mental game. It's not physical. It's mental. You know what I mean? You are as good as you think you are. Now, I'm not telling I'm telling you some, you know, I'm not saying that some kid with arms this short is going to knock out Lennox Lewis. You know, I'm just saying, when you got guys that are evenly matched, only thing that separates you is your spirit. You understand? That's it. Your spirit. How much you want it. And this is a beautiful sport. So I don't like when I see that kind of stuff just sneaking into the game. On the sneak tip, like, you know, like, because you say, well, I just want Deontay Wilder to just be a man and admit that he lost. Like, you've been saying that for, like, months now. Like, really? Now you're trying to rate the guy? Like, nah. You know, first of all, people deserve second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, whatever chances. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I mean? Didn't Tyson Fury get a second chance when he on drugs and you know went through all that? I even did a story on it. So don't say I'm anti-Tyson Fury. But by the way, let me just add this too. It's like, you know, it's funny when you're online and you know you have to add so many disclaimers because you got so many butthurt, sensitive people out there. So you gotta add disclaimers on everything. Well, you know, I don't really mean this about Tyson Fury. Then grow up, man. It's just aggravating. You know what I mean? So let me just add this so I don't get a bunch of trolls, zombie Tyson Fury fans coming through my sites and my, you know, talking stupid. Okay? I'm a Tyson Fury fan. I respect it. And let me tell you something. I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. Alright? So I'm not just some punk talking about it. I'm someone that lived it. I've been through addiction. You understand? And I know it's hard to get up. I know it's hard to keep punching. But you gotta keep punching. Which is why I'm punching now for the sport I love. You dig? Because I don't care about you. I mean, I care about YouTube. I mean, I'm not on YouTube to get likes. I got 35 subscribers. That ain't what I'm here for. I'm here to tell the truth. You understand? I don't need. I'm not here to get monetized my site to make money. I mean, it'd be nice, but but you know, I'm not here. I got my own business. I'm not worried about that. I don't care about money anyway. I tell these guys all the time, get away. Money don't make. I'll get these damn glasses. Money, hell with money. Money's ruining boxing because the next generation is coming up. What they care about is money. You know what I mean? That's all they care about is money. You know, they don't care about learning how to fight. They don't care about pride, belt pride. They don't care about the guys that paid the dues before them to make it easy for them to make. But you know, it's funny how you look at guys like and I guess I'll give it in on this because I'll ramble on that. You know how I am. You know, you know, you got football players like Jim Brown and Gale Sayers and all these guys. They're good players, man. Chuck Foreman, one of my favorites, Chuck Foreman, Minnesota Vikings. You know, got these great players, man. They didn't make no money. Like, if it was today, they'd be multi-millionaires. But did they still love the sport? Yeah. Did they still go play hard? Yeah. Did they still take the injuries like men? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They did it for the love of the sport. The problem with boxing now is that the kids don't do it for the love of the sport. They do it for the love of money. I'm not gonna go biblical because I can eat that subject. That's a whole video on that one. I can do a whole video on that, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna let you off the hook, you little punks. Oh, here with 5 fights acting like you did something. 10 fights acting like... Listen, you couldn't even fight in Master with God without 20, 30 fights. The old timers know that. Some of these kids, their skills are so amateurish that they wouldn't even win the novice golden gloves back in my day. Novice, I said. I didn't say open class, I said novice. This turned into an angry rant, man. Let me calm down here. Listen. To my friend online, man, I guess I'll just say that, you know, lighten up. I guess we all gotta lighten up. Because look at the world we're living in, man. It's gonna have to transcend past all that other stuff. You know what I mean? And by the way, this is still a boxing website. Say, people are calling me the philosopher now, so but this is still a boxing content type. Or my whole brand, my whole platform, all the Punchingbagskunk brand is boxing. So it seems to be easing into something else. I'm not. What's that little thing in the Star Wars, Yoda. But what I will do is I'll tell the truth, and I'm fearless. I'm not a googly-eyed fan. I don't get starstruck from stars. I'll tell you to your face the same thing I'm telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? Always been that way. With that said, listen, Punchingbagskunk.com. You guys go check out the website, the YouTube channel. You guys know what it is. Check out the YouTube channel. We got some great videos over there. You guys can check out. Go to the website. And listen, when you go to the website, drop a comment. You know what I mean? Go there and browse around a little bit. Look around some of the stories. Look, sometimes you got to navigate through the website because my programmer is the jackass, and some of my pages are not linked like they should be. But there you go. I need a programmer. You play around over there, find some good videos. There's some good content there. There's some great stories that I wrote. I write like I talk. So you can check that out and go to the YouTube channel. And there's some really dynamite videos on there. Not only my videos on the YouTube channel, there's also, I upload classic fight videos. Anything interesting that's boxing related. None of that goofy stuff. I don't really care about goofy stuff. All that TikTok, all that stuff they do back and forth with that nonsense. I'm not that hip hop generation nonsense. That's not me. I'm old school. So if you're old school like me and you like real talk about boxing, no punches pulled, just hard hitting. You ain't got a guy that's selling stuff for someone or trying to add revenue or that other. You just want real talk. Then come and stay with Punchingbagskunk.com and hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. It does help. And hit that subscribe button. But you only to subscribe to Punchingbagskunk YouTube channel if you like real talk. You know what I'm saying? And you can always depend on me to give it to you straight. I'm not gonna pull no punches. You dig what I'm saying? This video ended up a little longer than I thought, but I still got it. You guys let me know. Let me know in the comments if you think I should make that comeback. Let's see that jab coming out there. Hey everybody. Have a wonderful night, alright? Peace from Punchingbagskunk.com. Yeah, boy!